When Jawaharlal Nehru talked about building roads and bridges and industry across the country, including dams, because at that time we thought dams were the biggest things we could do, now our ideas have evolved into something else. When there were plans for Northeast, he was advised that don't touch Northeast. It is pristine nature and tribal cultures, do not try to modernize and destroy this. It's best it is left like that. So, initially it was a conscious decision not to touch Northeast because people were beautiful, they were living in their own ecosystems. There was no need to bring simply cars and trains and airplanes and make them like the rest of the world, they were doing great by themselves. But later on, development started happening in unplanned ways, little bit. At that time, they should have decided. But because the same party was in power, they respected the decision that Jawaharlal Nehru made. When he made the decision, it was a conscious decision. After that, it was just an emotional stuff, for which northeastern region has kind of paid a little bit of price. I wouldn't say it's a price, because living in pristine nature without all the rubbish that you see in the rest of the cities, I think it's a great thing. But today, because of connectivity, because everybody is watching on the television, on the internet, how big cities are, how New York City is, how London is, how something else is, when you did not see any of those things, I think people here were doing fine by themselves. That way, the only country which has made a conscious decision like this and successfully going with that is probably Bhutan. Everybody else has succumbed to Western ways of life and they think we also have to become like that. Now it's unstoppable everywhere, including Northeast. Here, if you do not know, some 15,000 kilometers of highway is being planned. Once that happens, entire India will be driving all over Northeast, okay? I went to Ladakh and you won't believe, I went to Siachen for the yoga day. Thousands of motorcycles, all kinds of people who have no idea how to balance on two wheels also or on motorcycles. Everybody renting a motorcycle, getting a license right there. There's a motorcycle rental, next to that we'll organize licenses for you. Right there, instant license and hundreds of motorcycles everywhere. It is no more the Ladakh, pristine Ladakh that it was, simply tourists and traffic jams on the mountains, unbelievable. Well, that's going to happen to you because you asked for development. Because this is the kind of development that's happening in the world, unfortunately. Everything in excess. And in 15-20 years it'll happen, this government has decided to put railways, airways and roadways and everything. So, we can think it's development. It is also a certain loss to the country because tribal cultures will be totally lost, pristine forests will be lost, everywhere there will be picnickers, okay? Not wildlife enthusiasts or something. Picnic people will be all over the place.